If I told you that one of today's biggest pop stars started her rise to fame through heartbreak, internet chaos, and a glow-up so dramatic it could resurrect a dying PR campaign,
You just can't wait for me to die, can you?
would you believe me? Well, welcome to the truth about Sabrina Carpenter's success. Because the story isn't just music and sparkles. It's messy, it's controversial, and honestly, it's kind of iconic. Before Sabrina Carpenter became that Sabrina Carpenter, the one with the red carpet dominance, the TikTok-breaking espresso, and an entire generation trying to copy her eyeliner, she was simply a Disney girl with a microphone and a dream. And that dream kept getting stuck in traffic. Let's rewind. Sabrina spent years on the Disney Channel show Girl Meets World, where she was the edgy blonde sidekick with sarcasm as a personality trait. People liked her, sure, but she wasn't exactly storming the charts. She released music, but most of the world didn't notice because, well, they were too busy streaming whatever heartbreak ballad Taylor Swift dropped that week. Sabrina wasn't flopping, but she wasn't exactly exploding either.
Solitude in E minor.
Yeah, E minor, all right, yeah!
She was in the awkward middle zone, kind of like when you microwave popcorn and only half the kernels pop. Then history happened, and by history I mean the 2021 love triangle that launched 10 million TikTok conspiracy theories and turned teenagers into certified detectives. It all began with Olivia Rodrigo's emotional hit Driver's License, a song so dramatic it made people miss exes they never actually had. The blonde girl mentioned in the lyrics, fans assumed it was Sabrina, and Sabrina, well, she suddenly became the internet's least favorite blonde. Even though nobody actually confirmed anything, the narrative stuck. Joshua Bassett, the rumored love interest at the center of the triangle, didn't say much. Olivia said even less. Meanwhile, Sabrina dropped her song Skin, which fans immediately decided was a response even though she said it wasn't meant to tear down a teenage girl. The internet, of course, ignored that, because why listen to facts when drama tastes better? For a while, Sabrina was stuck playing the villain in a story she never volunteered for. People said she was too old, too petty, too mean, and anything else that could fit into 280 characters. But here's the funny thing. The controversy made her more famous than Disney ever did. Every tweet, every rumor, every TikTok breakdown of who said what boosted her visibility. It was chaotic, but in the world of celebrity, chaos sells. And Sabrina stood the assignment. She didn't run from the spotlight, she redirected it. Instead of leaning into defensiveness, she leaned into confidence. She started performing with more edge, more flirt, more humor. And yes, her look changed too. This is where the dark history gets a bit sparkly. Sabrina's glow-up wasn't just a new hair color or better styling. It was a full rebrand. She went from Disney cute to pop star glam. Blonder hair, bolder makeup, more daring outfits, more attitude. Suddenly she wasn't just that girl from the show. And whether people loved her or hate her, they were paying attention. It was the moment her fame went from dim to blinding. But a glow-up alone can't carry a career. What really solidified Sabrina as a serious artist was the release of her album Emails I Can't Send in 2022. It was personal, dramatic, sharp, and full of humor, the style that would eventually define her. She went from being in the middle of a scandal to being in control of the narrative. People who once hated her suddenly had nonsense stuck in their heads, and honestly, they couldn't escape the outro lines even if they tried. But just when things finally seemed peaceful, Sabrina ran into another controversy, because at this point, it's practically her brand. While the articles cover plenty of earlier scandals, like the alleged church scene uproar from her Feather music video, where a Brooklyn priest lost his job for letting her film inside the building, or the lawsuit with her ex-managers who took her to court over commissions, none of these things slowed her down. If anything, they built her reputation as someone who doesn't crumble under public fire. Sabrina just keeps posting cute photos on Instagram and moving on with her life, a superpower most of us wish we had. Then came 2024 and 2025, her biggest, brightest era yet. Espresso turned into a global meme. Please, please, please went viral. People finally stopped talking about triangles and started talking about talent. Sabrina went from controversial to beloved in record time. But here's where things get interesting again. Her latest album, Man's Best Friend, has faced a new wave of criticism. Some listeners feel the album is too playful, too unserious, too candy-coated. They think it leans heavily on cheeky lines, flirtiness, and joke-forward pop. Others say she's not pushing boundaries or being emotional enough compared to Emails I Can't Send, which set a pretty high bar. Basically, Sabrina is now so famous that people are criticizing her for sounding like herself, which is honestly the most pop star problem to ever exist. But let's break it down in plain English. She's being critiqued because she found a style that works. Fun, pop, humor, flirt, chaos, and she's riding the wave. Some fans love it, some want her to be deeper, some want her to be sadder, some want her to rewrite nonsense 100 times, and some people just want to complain because complaining online is cheaper than therapy. What the criticism really shows is something most pop stars deal with eventually, the moment the world decides they're big enough to demand growth. It's not that the album is bad, it's that people now expect her to reinvent the wheel every time she steps into a studio. But Sabrina Carpenter's success isn't about perfection, it's about evolution, it's about going through public heartbreak, being memed, being misunderstood, being criticized, and still showing up with a wink and a catchy hook. So yes, Sabrina Carpenter wasn't always successful. For years, she was the almost there girl. But what she did, what really changed everything, was simple. She kept going. And in the end, she didn't just survive the controversy, she mastered it. And that's the real secret behind her success.